They said it again tonight, that familiar poison. You'll never be as good as your brother. The words didn't even sting anymore, not after years of swallowing them, pretending I didn't taste the venom. But this time, something inside me cracked. I put my fork down, looked them dead in the eye, and said, calm as stone, "Then tell him to pay all the bills. I'm not sending money anymore." Silence. A rare silence. Then my mother's face hardened. "What money? We never received a single dollar from you." That's when the real silence came, the heavy kind, the kind that screams louder than words. I leaned back, let her words hang in the air, and I smiled, because finally they'd spoken the line I'd been waiting for. You see, I used to be desperate for their approval. I studied what they told me to study, worked myself sick at a job I hated. Every paycheck, I wired them money, not because they asked, but because I thought it would buy me worth. My brother never sent a dime. Didn't have to. He was the golden child, the prodigy. All he had to do was show up at Christmas and smile. Me? I was the mule, carrying them, carrying him, carrying everything, and still never good enough. The first crack appeared 2 years ago. I called to check if they'd received the transfer. My father laughed. Transfer? What transfer? I thought maybe he was joking, but the confusion in his voice was too raw, too real. My stomach sank. I pulled up my bank statements that night. Every payment listed, every receipt confirmed, every dime gone. So where was it going? That's when I noticed the name. Not my parents', not their account. It was my brother's. He'd been intercepting my transfers for years, setting up the family account I trusted, only to funnel my sacrifices into his pockets. My blood went cold. The betrayal was surgical. And the cruelest part? They didn't even know I'd been sending money at all. Every sacrifice I'd made, every hour I'd slaved away, had been invisible, forgotten, stolen. That night, lying awake, I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I calculated. He thought he was clever, hiding in plain sight. But arrogance is a blinding drug. He'd grown sloppy. Leases in his name, cars, vacations, all lined up like breadcrumbs. All of it bought with my exhaustion. If he thought I'd stay the obedient mule, he was mistaken. I decided then I wouldn't just expose him. I'd let him build his kingdom higher, taller, shinier, until the fall would break every bone on the way down. I stopped sending money, quietly, let him think I was still the fool. Meanwhile, I documented everything. Every transfer, every message, every thank you email he slipped in, pretending it was from my parents. Then I waited. He had expensive tastes, fast cars, faster women. He burned through cash like paper in fire. And soon enough, he needed more. That's when he slipped. A forged loan under my name. A signature that wasn't mine. Perfect. I filed a report, handed over the evidence. Fraud, embezzlement, identity theft. A stack of crimes so tall, even his charm couldn't talk him out of it. And I didn't stop there. I sent copies to his fiancée, his employer, every scholarship board that had ever worshipped his talent. Piece by piece, I dismantled the golden boy. Which brings me back to tonight. I watched my mother's face twist, confused, indignant. What money? We never received a single dollar from you. My father chimed in, shaking his head. We thought you didn't care about us at all. That's why your brother always said you were selfish. Selfish? The word nearly made me laugh. I leaned forward, slow. Check his accounts, I said. Check the vacations, the car in his garage, the ring he gave his fiancée. All of it was mine. They blinked at me, speechless. Then my phone buzzed, a notification. News broke quicker than I expected. His mugshot already circulating online. Charges stacked like a tower ready to topple. I slid the phone across the table. Let them see for themselves. Their perfect son in cuffs. My mother's hand trembled. My father paled. For once, no sneer, no comparison, just silence. Sweet, heavy silence. I stood. Picked up my jacket, I said, voice low. Now you can have him. Behind bars. No one stopped me as I walked out. No one called my name. The night air was sharp, clean. For the first time, I could breathe. I'd carried them for years, carrying him, and tonight, I finally dropped the weight. They'll never look at me the same again, but that's fine. I don't need their approval anymore. All I need is the sound of that silence, and the knowledge that the golden boy finally learned how it feels.